Set in the 17th century, Jamestown Plus is a vertical space shoot-'em-up where the British and Spanish forces fight over colonizing Mars. It's the story of an innocent man who has been wrongfully charged with unthinkable crimes. This is a man willing to do anything to clear his name, even if it means traveling to Mars to investigate the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't base your knowledge of American history on a video game. Jamestown Plus throws water in the face of the insufferable critics who argue that 2D shooters are all the same. This is a wildly inventive action game where players befriend famous historical figures while simultaneously shooting down massive space aliens. It never once takes itself too seriously, and offers enough new components to keep the formula fresh. You play Raleigh, who will spend most of his time zipping around the screen dodging bullets and taking on giant boss characters. He's equipped with two different weapons, a primary gun and a powerful secondary attack that can be changed between stages. He also has a special vaunt move that will create a shield for a limited amount of time. Aside from that, he'll need to use his flying skills to get the job done. The adventure takes place across 7 increasingly difficult stages, each anchored by a challenging boss fight. This package includes the 5 stages that made up the original PC game, as well as 2 additional levels specifically created for this remastered release. And best of all, Jamestown finally has a home on game consoles. The action looks a lot like classic shoot-'em-ups on the Neo Geo. Although a different kind of shooter, many of the level and alien designs remind me of Metal Slug. The pixel art is charming, and the high-res visuals look really sharp on the PlayStation 4. We can't talk about the presentation without highlighting the incredible soundtrack. With the pixel art and old-school shooter tropes, I went in expecting a variation on classic chiptunes. Boy, was I wrong. The game grabs your attention right off the bat with orchestral pieces. The score is full of energy and excitement, and often sounds like it belongs in a Hollywood blockbuster. Apart from the intriguing setting and inspired presentation, there are a few things that help set Jamestown Plus apart from other recent action games. For one thing, the shooter supports 4 players at the same time, which is a chaotic mess. Sadly, this PS4 port only offers local multiplayer, but players can bring friends along for the ride through remote share. Another interesting feature involves the shop, which offers dozens of weapons and upgrades that can be used to customize your various ships. Players will pick up money by simply flying through each stage, so these upgrades offer a compelling reason to replay the levels. Beyond the usual weapons and power-ups, you'll be able to buy extra challenges in a farce mode that changes the graphics in interesting ways. Jamestown Plus is difficult, but still accessible to those who don't live and breathe bullet hell shooters. The easiest difficulty is a pushover, but players will be limited in how many stages they can choose. As the story heats up, the game will demand players start on a harder difficulty. This can make the later stages difficult, but they never felt unfair. I also didn't mind retrying failed stages multiple times, since I was constantly earning money. Although riddled with inaccuracies, Jamestown Plus is a lot more exciting than sitting through a history lecture. The gameplay is fast and responsive, and the level designs are always interesting. This is a delightful throwback with enough unique ideas to warrant a purchase on the PlayStation 4. Just don't expect to learn anything valuable about the first settlement in the Virginia colony. Hey, you watched a review. You should feel good about that, since it's like 4 minutes of your time. Maybe you should watch another review, or click on the link above and see how Atari is using my name to attack TXK creator Jeff Minter. Bastards. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and come back tomorrow for my review of Slender: The Arrival on PlayStation 4.